Hey, what's up guys? It's a new day. I'm feeling very blessed, very encouraged, and I want to talk to you about that. But first, gotta get a haircut. Okay, let's go. Christian chicken. My sister cuts my hair. She's great. She gives me the brother discount. I bring her food. Let's go see what she's doing.
Oh, you know what I thought it was?
What?
A dog.
A dog. I brought you a puppy.
Hey.
What's up?
He's recording me.
Yeah, fresh cut, looking good, feeling good. I like getting a haircut. Haircuts are the best. Oh, emails. So one of the things I'm very appreciative of is that God has allowed me to be a part of equipping worship leaders here at our church. And just to share a little bit of my story, when I was 19, I found out I had chronic kidney failure, and it's something I've lived with my whole life. It's one of those things that I didn't really know I had. I didn't have many side effects until I got older. Just last year, the doctors told me that my levels had officially crossed the point of where I needed to be on the national waiting list to get on a list to wait for a kidney. And so we did what they said, got on the list, took all the classes, learned about what it was gonna be like to be on dialysis. We told our church, and I'm still overwhelmed to this day because so many people went to get tested to see if they would be a match for me. And it's just crazy. And there are several steps to the process. You have to do a phone interview. If you pass that, they send you some blood work. If you pass that, you actually go to the hospital and do further testing, and several people made it that far before they realized that they weren't a match. One day we got a phone call that there was a match, and what's amazing about it, and it's just a grace gift, is that the person who was a match was a friend of mine who's in my small group. He just knew from the beginning that he was gonna be a match. You know, me being a realist thought, well, we'll see, you know, don't get your hopes up. And sure enough, at every level, he passed the test. He passed the phone interview, the blood test. He went into the hospital, tested him, brought him in again, further testing. And at every stage, he passed the test. I'm just so thankful that someone would do that for another person, to actually do it, to go in and go under the knife and have somebody remove a body part and give it to me. It's just something that blows me away. Now my kidney function is perfect. It's not a breeze. I still have a lot of medical stuff follow up, but I have so much to be thankful for. But I tell you that because there was a lot of recovery time in the 2 surgeries that I had. It was a huge blessing because God had sent enough people to our worship ministry that with me being out for over 2 months, we were able to have leaders lead the church in worship while I was gone and do a really good job. And these are people who could lead rehearsal, post songs, schedule people, do a call to worship, pray, sing well, perform their instrument with excellence. And to me, I know it's just a gift from God that He has given these people, and I know it's in response to the commitment I made to make sure that I wasn't always in the center, always in the spotlight, but to pour into people and give them responsibility, to give them opportunity to lead. And so I just want to share that with you because it encourages me, and I hope it encourages you to not bear the burden all on your own, but that God can and He will bless your efforts to pour into other people. I believe in the power of the local church in the life of a community and in people's lives. And one of the things I know about that is the local church doesn't rest upon one person unless that person is Jesus Christ. And so to take all the responsibility for ourselves and not allow other people to have input or to be able to use their talents and gifts just robs the local church of the gift that God has gifted each one of us. So how did this happen? How did I get in a place where I had plenty of volunteers, plenty of people who could take over for me? Number one, I'm always on the lookout for leaders, whether it be on Sunday mornings or in small groups or church activities, new members classes, anywhere I can find people who seem to be interested in worship ministry, I start up a conversation with them with the intent to see what their heart is, what their experience is, and if they would like to be trained any further, if they would like opportunities to lead. This is the best way to find out if there are people in your congregation right now who are willing and ready to serve in any worship leader role. The truth is, many churches have enough skill, talent, and ability sitting in their seats every week, but they don't feel like or they don't know that there's a need. Even in my church, where I've made it very clear that this is a church that trains and equips and is always looking for more leaders, I still get people coming up to me saying, well, I didn't think y'all needed any help. Well, it looked like y'all had it covered. Or, I really want to play this instrument in the band, but I don't think y'all have any need. I hear this kind of stuff all the time, and immediately I'm like, no, we need you. Because the truth is, there's a lot of church plants out there that need worship leaders and worship musicians. And so never stop asking, never stop searching for those people who have a heart for worship ministry, because they are out there. Once I find someone who's interested in worship ministry, I immediately set up a meeting/audition with them to see what their gifts are, what their skills are, and then to sit down with them and see what their heart is, where they're coming from, and where they want to go. I always ask things like, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And after assessing their skill and their ability, I schedule them to lead. The next thing is that I'm very upfront and honest about their strengths and their weaknesses. This helps cultivate a culture of pursuing excellence. I always point out their strengths, what God has blessed them with, where they're gifted, and I always give them something to work on. It's not like, hey, you're bad at this thing, or you're not very good here in this area, but it's like, here, this is where let's spend some time growing, because again, we all have areas to grow in. The next thing I do is give them opportunities to lead, and that includes when I'm on stage. Just because I'm leading worship on a Sunday doesn't mean I'm the person who has to sing all the songs or do all the prayers. I often delegate songs and prayers to the volunteers and give them a little more responsibility every time so I can assess how they do in any given situation. And the good thing is, people love serving this way, and so they get excited and they want to help and they want to be involved and they want to do what they can to serve the church and to serve the worship ministry. And then from there, I just give them more responsibility. I give them more songs to lead. I give them prayers and I help them think through what it's like to pray after a song, and or maybe what to say between songs and how to set up a song, or how to call the church to worship, how to challenge them to leave the distractions of whatever they brought in that day behind and to focus only on God. And then from there, I let them run a rehearsal, run a run through, and eventually they're ready to do these things when I'm not there. And then lastly, I learn from them as they learn from me. I am not the definition of what a worship leader is. I have just as much to learn from them. And what's encouraging to me is I'm often challenged by those who I feel called to challenge. I'm often mentored by those that I feel called to mentor. We can all learn from someone. So I hope this video encourages you to replace yourself, to delegate, to pour into other people's lives. If God has given you just one person to pour into that person. Maybe He'll give you more. And the more people you can influence and pour into, the greater kingdom impact we will have on the local church. And if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Man, there's a lot of things to hit. 3 things. Hit those 3 things.